Hello and welcome everyone to episode number 14 of my pro wrestling sim game, Rebuilding Impact Wrestling. So since the last update, as you can see, there's been a game update. So the style's changed a little bit, tells you about your production, everything's on show to the left here. But what I find quite interesting is they've added a wellness policy. So what we're going to do is, I assume it's under medical, here we go, is we're going to set the wellness policy. And I'm going to go for full scale. We're going to test for everything. I'm going to manually decide how so as you can see, you can do small, medium, large or full scale. You can test for steroids, soft drugs, hard drugs. You can manually choose, or you can do the free strike rule, which WWE used to do. And we'll go for all. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what pops up on this one. Also, so it just sort of changed just the look of everything, which is pretty cool, pretty neat. So, I'll click on that. Let us progress. So first, we're obviously in November. Interesting to see if anyone actually pops up, because I don't know if, well, I was the mod maker, but I don't actually know if I actually gave everybody a drug history. And Helico's resigned. AEW, big win for Morrissey in the main event. Obviously TV ratings are still good. We'll keep going. So we're building towards Impact Overdrive. We've got some feuds carrying on, which I'm quite excited about, and I'm going to build some more feuds soon. What have we got here? So this is Tiffany Stratton. If anyone watches NXT, I'm going to say no. Starting to be a bit more of a brutal boss now. Rejecting a lot more. I'm going to have to be nice to everybody. We've got PCO there. He's staying with Black Label Pro. Rampage, MJF beat Jay Lethal. SmackDown. Becky Lynch, Women's SmackDown Championship, beats Shotzi in the main event. Shotzi, that's it. What did I say? Shotzi. Got there in the end. You got New Japan offering Bushi a new contract. Couple of random pay-per-views, one pro wrestling here. RVD still headlining. RVD. Oh, WWE Crown Jewel. Oh, Billy Gunn has officially left AEW. Nigel McGuinness. You know what? I might come back for him. I mean, my announced team is pretty decent. Chris Sabin's actually pretty good. Oh, hello. Brian Kendrick has failed a drug test. He tested positive for soft drugs. He is a road agent. Okay, so I am going to, offer him a rehab. So we'll go through, do nothing, last chance, offer rehab, force rehab, a few fines here, small, medium, large, 30-day suspension, 60-day suspension, 90-day or fire. I am not going to rehab for a bit of weed. Okay. Well, I shall look into. I'll fine him next time, I guess. Yeah, it's interesting to know though. Suppose I'll employ. You know what? In a lot of the games, they used to always offer rehab. I always think that's a good way to go. WWE Raw here. Gable Stevenson beat Guru Raj in the main event. And just realised I forgot to see Crown Jewel. There we go. So it was sold out. Bianca Belair and B-Fab as women's tag champs. Cody Rhodes beat Elias, WWE title. Street Profits beat Gallus, SmackDown tag titles. Becky Lynch beat Dana and Natalya. Kofi Kingston and Xavier beat the Street Profits to the Raw tag team title. And then you had Gable Stevenson beat Madcap Moss. Okay, first Impact of November from Calgary, Alberta in Canada. Tonight, Selena announces the main event. It will be Lio Rush versus Brock Lesnar for the Impact Digital Championship. Final score 89. So this has changed a little bit. A lot of green. I'm not sure. I guess that means it's good. We had an 8-man tag for the women's division here. Rosemary picks up the win. 72 crowd reaction. 3.5 star match quality, 77%. Ace Austin and Beastie put on a 4.5 star crowd reaction. The value of the crowd reaction relative to your promotion size. The absolute value used is calculated to 64%. Okay, it's 79 overall. Leo and Sammy are talking backstage. They're going to work together. Sammy tries to calm him down and says tonight he'll be in his corner against Lesnar. 83. Women's match, Cassie Lee beats Zoe Brookside, 3.5 star, 64, or 69, sorry. OVE beat Aries and Breeze, 4 star match, 8%. Alex Shelley beats Magnus, this was also a 4.5 star, 83%, very good match. Title challenge, Nick Jackson calls out Mustafa Ali. He says let's not beat around the bush. He will challenge him to a title match at Impact Overdrive. He offers a handshake. Ali accepts the challenge, goes to shake his hand, but Nick slaps him in the face instead and quickly bails. 86. Eric Young and Etta beat Flying Brian Jr. and Zachary Vance. This was a 5-star match, wow, and got an 87. Eric Young was struggling to breathe by the end of the match. Buddy Murphy beat Jacob Fatu, 3.5 star, 78%. Post-match, the house will burn. The lights go out and Windham appears on the screen. Buddy Malakai, you made a big mistake. You see, guys, always say the house always wins. Well, I say, how does it win if it burns to the ground? I'm coming back soon. I suggest you run. 93%. Main event time. Leo successfully retains the Impact Digital Media Championship. This is because it was a DQ finish. So Lesnar technically won by DQ. 4.5 star match, 87. A very good crowd reaction, 95. Following the main event, Leo and Sammy continue to attack Lesnar. Seeing this, Shinsuke runs down to even the odds, an all-4 brawl. Final score of a 91. It looks different. Gained some popularity. We've got an 84 overall. So yeah, different look. Game's looking better. It's getting there. It's getting there. Developers, you've done an improvement in my opinion. All other sign venues. Add in all other sign venues. We've got some news. We made some money in ticket sales. Always good. NXT. Toxic Attraction won in the main event. What have we got here? Oh look, Angel Garza has left WWE. Now, he used to be in Impact. What we've got here, Sammy Guevara has been offered a contract by AEW. I think that was kind of obvious. Contract Newell. AEW Dynamite. John Moxley of the Blackpool Combat Club. Him and Bryan Danielson, I believe, are tag champs to be Top Flight. New Japan here. Kota Ibushi beat David Finlay in the main event. Ibushi? Ibushi. Sammy's staying. I'd like to work with Jessie. Yeah, sounds easy enough to do. So we've got loads more contract renewals here. A couple of people leaving. Nothing major in my opinion in the news. We've got retirement at the bottom. Starbuck has retired. Should add retirees to the top of the list. That's the only other thing. Oh, Tomato Joe's contract's come up. Jonah Rock has left. New Japan. I wonder why. Well, I'm not too bothered why. Rampage. Lance Archer beat Satnam Singh. SmackDown. A random main event. Roman Reigns, Elias, Logan Paul, and Reggie beat Omos MVP, Finn Balor, and Drew Gulak. Okay. Well, at least they're sort of being versatile with talent. Humberto Carrillo's contract's coming up. They look like they're keeping him. Progress Wrestling. Joe Hendry, still the world champion. Nick Gage holds the Nick Gage Invitational. John Moxley still the world champ. Oh, I see. Ratings are starting to change here. Look, they're all in the 30s now. Okay. Triple R. Donna Peruzio won the AAA Women's title, I believe that is. I mean, she's on my roster, so I could probably. There you go. Yeah, there she is. Champion. Le Champion. I should probably incorporate like other champions in my show. Okay, Perto staying in WWE. Rev Pro had a pay-per-view. New Japan had a pay-per-view. Jay White beat TJ Perkins in the main event. Eve Wrestling had a pay-per-view. Ring of Honor had a pay-per-view. Bandito's the world champion. WXW had a pay-per-view. Brian Kendrick had another test. So let's go for let's see. I don't know. I'm not really into this sort of thing, so I shall start with a fine. Sorry, no more smoking. Well, I mean, it might have worked. So it comes through every Monday for me. I guess that's. Did I set it on a Monday? It's quite interesting though, because obviously if you play an older mod, you're gonna get probably a lot more flag up. Monday Night Raw. Seth freaking Rollins beat Madcap Moss. Hit Row beat Ciampa and Big E. And we are up to the go home show towards pay-per-view. Alright, okay, let's go. So from Tennessee, First up, Selena books a fatal 4-way for Impact. The Knockouts title at the pay-per-view. Charlotte will defend against Nixon, Newell, Mickie James, and Tessa Blanchard. I got an 86. The Death Dolls beat Brandy Lorraine and Taylor Hendricks. 2.5 star, 67. Well, my version of the Death Dolls, this is. The new team of Tyler Breeze and Ace Perry lose to the Killer Elite Bulldogs, David Boy Smith Jr. and Etta. 4-star match, 79%. Sheila and Melissa requested this match against Hakuri Shida. Steal the show, up their game. 4-star match, 77%. The Inspiration, Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay cut a promo. They are going to issue an open challenge for their Knockouts tag titles at the pay-per-view. 97, very good score. Dragon Bane, one half of the tag champs, beats Jake Chris. This got a 5-star match, 84, very good match. Upset, Shane Haste, formerly of the family, beats Mark Haskins. 4.5 star, 79%. Preview of the pay-per-view, Tessa and Mickie beat Charlotte and Nixon Newell. This got a 4.5 star and a 91%. A backstage fight involving Sammy Guevara and Brock Lesnar. They're brawling in the locker room. Eventually, they make it to the ring where they're finally separated by staff and referees. Selena comes out and books a one-on-one match at Overdrive. So we'll have Sammy Guevara versus Brock Lesnar at Overdrive. This got a 94 overall. Nick Jackson and Ace Austin lose to Mustafa Ali and the debuting or re-debuting of Garza Jr., otherwise known as Angel Garza in WWE. 5-star match, 88%. Windham arrives back in Impact. He calls out Malakai. He's met by smoke and mirrors. Black isn't here tonight. He was trying to play some mind games. They will meet at Overdrive for the world title. Windham wants to fight anyone now, so he calls someone to face him. So main event time. It's got 100, by the way. Main event. Windham beats Eric Young, only 3.5 star and an 83. Windham was made to look a real threat, helped with their popularity. Good boost here. And that, my friends, gave us a 91 leading up to the pay-per-view. That is very good going into the pay-per-view. Quite chuffed about that one. Oh, what we got here? Promise succeeded. You're welcome. Making some money. Make that money. Bomb Breaker beat Van Wagner. 2 points. Still putting in 3 million viewers a week, you know. It'll be a bit stop-starty now. 7.3 up to 70.5, so a bit more of a steady build, which is pretty cool with me. I don't mind that. Makes it a bit more realistic, I guess. It'll take a long time to build reputations in this game. Got some contract renewals. AEW presents Dynamite. Sammy beat Adam Page on that show. Swerve and Our Glory beat Private Party. Ring of Honor's own TV show. Mercedes Martinez is still the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. So Friday, 17th of November 2023, we have arrived. Nothing big news-wise the night before. So, up next, Impact presents Overdrive. Okay, let's go to the pay-per-view. I've just left it on a generic venue. So we open up the show with the announce team, Mauro Ranallo, Tom Hannaford, and Chris Sabin. It's got a 74 as they talk about tonight's card. Up next, Jessica Stratton beats Santana Garrett. This has got a... I always go for final score rather than crowd reaction, but yeah, 3-star match, 66%. So a big three-way tag match. We had Donna Peruzio, Hawley Cromwell versus Shayda, Maya versus the Death Dolls, Rosemary and Erica. As you can see, them two couldn't go more than 12 minutes, which was not great. Struggling to breathe. But the match itself got 4-star match quality and 80%. So Shane Hayes versus Jacob Fatu versus Chris Hero versus Austin Aries. This got 3.5 star, 74%. So a random tag match, Breeze and Perry versus Storm and Shelley versus Haskins and Magnus. I gave Alex Shelley and James Storm's team the win. Suppose we can dub these beer guns. Might actually go with that actually, and could do more tag teams. 4-star match, 81%. A X Division 4 versus 4 match, Garza Pillman, Vince Beastie versus Ace Austin, Rich Swann, Royce Chambers and Drake Chris, and the heels pick up the win thanks to Rich Swann. 5-star match, decent and 85%. So what the Opennets didn't really budge in an 8-man tag. Tag titles, Black Taurus and Dragon Bane beat Etta and Dave Boy Smith Jr. 4-star match, 77. Retain the tag titles. Alright, now we're getting on to the stories. Open challenge. The Inspiration, Jessie and Cassie have an over-the-top entrance. They remind the world that the title belts will be in the line in an open challenge. Outcome, AEW's Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter with a level. Overall an 81. And we've done a title switch. It will make sense eventually. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter win the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship. 3-star, 76. Following the match, Selena is asked how is it possible for AEW to appear in Impact and win a title belt when a now retired Chris Jericho appears. AEW and Impact have come to terms on a deal. We will have a talent exchange, some might say, for some friendly competition. Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker and Rebel are just the beginning. So this got an 89. So Jericho is going to be representing AEW. We may or may not be doing an Invasion storyline. X Division title match. Mustafa Ali beats Nick Jackson, 3.5 star, 78%. Charlotte Flair beats Tessa Blanchard, Nixon, Newell, Mickie James in a fatal 4-way. She retains the Impact Knockouts Championship. This got good crowd reaction of 87, 3-star match, 82%. Leo Rush, 2 out of 3 falls. He beats Shinsuke Nakamura. 5-star match, 91%. In a pre-match interview, Sammy Guevara brings out his other half, Tay Mello, who will be in his corner tonight when he wipes the floor with Brock Lesnar. This has got an 85. And unfortunately for Sammy, he got his ass handed to him. 100% crowd were into it. 4.5 star, 96. Brock wins. Main event time. World title. Malakai Black defeats Windham. 4-star match, 87. So we've got lots of 0.1s here. I kind of think it's because it's the pay-per-view deal I must have. Seems a bit harsh. So I guess I should look into that. I mean, ticket sales are great. Alright. Rampage over here. Pac beat Claudio. SmackDown. We had AJ Styles beat Omos. RK Bro beat The New Day. Alright, let's carry on. So I'm gonna end some storylines. We're gonna start afresh soon. Now the pay-per-view's done and dusted. And just for the record, there's our tag team champions. Just as Jamie Hayter, but yeah, Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker are our tag team. It might be because they're not on my roster, but if I go to there she is, one half of the, she also Owen Hart Cup there. And Jamie Hayter as well. Oh, Zach Gibson has left WWE. Could be Justin Liger, but Justin's retired. Monday Night Raw. Gable Stevenson beat Rick Boogs in the main event. Retains the world title. Okay, up next. We've got 2 more impacts on November as we build towards the multiverse of matches. And so it begins from the Hard Rock live in Florida. So we open the show with Selena and Jericho. They're in the ring. They announced that the next pay-per-view for Impact will be the multiverse of matches and will feature AEW talent versus Impact talent. This got an 88. And yeah, clearly my television deals are a lot better than my pay-per-view deals, and yeah, good ratings for popularity. Ace Austin versus Joe Hendry. Ace Austin wins, 3.5 star, 78. The Beer Guns beat Killer Elite Bulldogs, 4.5 star, 86%. Rematch at the pay-per-view. Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker are called out by Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay. They announced they're cashing in their rematch clause at the pay-per-view, but tonight it'll be Jessie versus Jamie Hayter, 1-on-1. And Jessie picks up the win by cheating, so a little bit of revenge for the inspiration. And they get the win, 2.5 stars, 72%. A little mini JS reunion. Sammy, Guevara and Tay Mello find Jericho backstage. Sammy tells Chris he is team AEW all the way and he'll step up his game when called upon. 81%. OVE win a 6-man tag against Shane Haste, Austin Aries and Brian Pillman Jr. Very good match. Everyone pretty much benefited from this match. 81%, 4.5 star. Leo Rush continues his Impact Digital Media title reign. He beats Chris Hero. 4-star match, 80%. Nick Jackson wants another shot at Mustafa Ali. When Matt Jackson walks out, he has the AEW All Elite Championship draped over his shoulder. He brags about how successful he has been as a solo act and tells Nick he will always be in his shadow. So we're potentially doing Nick Jackson versus Matt Jackson. Overall, 81%. Mustafa Ali teamed with Garza Jr. They beat the Gun Club, Austin and Colton Gunn, who had Stokely Holloway at ringside. 3-star match, 73%. MJF graces us with his presence. He cuts a promo saying how he's forced to be here as part of his AEW contract and proceeds to trash Impact. the fans and anyone else who will listen. He seems smug with himself and leaves. It's got a 94. So as always, MJF is great on the mic. Trashes Impact. It will be going somewhere. Shinsuke and Nakamura gets beat by Buddy Murphy, and this was because Kip Sabian appeared at ringside wearing his box on his head, distracting Shinsuke. This got 4-star, 80%. In the main event of Impact versus AEW, Brock Lesnar defeats Pac. 4-star match, 89%. However, following the match, Brock Lesnar is floored with a hard chair shot to the head, busting him open. The camera pans to show it was Adam Cole, baby. And this got a 100. So, the war has begun. 85%. Impact versus AEW. What have we got here? Jerry Lawler's contract, Willie Utah there. I believe this was the original. No, I don't think he was the original Sin Cara, but I think it's a play off the original Sin Cara. NXT there. I mean, we're doing just under 3 million viewers. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, money-wise is, you know, that's just crazy. So, crazy talk. Jerry Lawler staying. Roderick Strong's contract's coming up. Ruby Soho. AEW had Ray Phoenix became the world champion in AEW. He beat Brian Cage. That's quite interesting. Martinez left for Ring of Honor. Oh, Ken Shamrock's retired. Pretty quiet day here. We have Rampage down here. Adam Cole beat Lance Archer. SmackDown had Liv Morgan beat Natalya in the main event. AJ Styles beat Drew Gulak and Jagger Reed. Cody and Dexter beat the Gallus Boys. Well, we got some news. Ace Austin would like to work with Zachary Vance. Yeah, I think they'd probably have a good match. I'm gonna do some keep them on the books. Go for Arrogant. So WWE have come in for Ace Austin. I'm gonna let him go. I think that's pretty cool. Ace Austin has signed for WWE. I think that's the first time I have been poached. So yeah, that's a bit surprising. I think he's already gone. Straight away he'll be gone. Yep, luckily I didn't have Ace Austin in a storyline really. Right, who else we got? Chris Hero. I wasn't planning on keeping Chris Hero, to be honest. And we've got Tessa, so I'm gonna release them now. Gonna release Tessa as well. She did okay for me. I gave her a few title reigns. Brookside wanted a push, but she had low Mikada, so I'm just gonna change it to Mikada, just because it would cheer her up. Done a couple of releases. Yeah, we'll sign Tom. I like Tom, good guy. So He'll be sportscaster. Let's time down. And then, yeah, I think we're good. Gail Kim is a road agent. So yeah, it's all tidied. So Ace Austin also left New Japan when he signed for WWE and won PW. He really was tied down to their contract. It'd be interesting to see if they, because I don't really know how developmental works on this game, whether you can sign him straight off the bat, put him straight in development. But it'd be interesting to see if they just chuck him straight on the main roster. Have to keep a lookout. Yeah, look, they're keeping James Drake. We had a few pay-per-views. AEW had Full Gear. Joe's the FTW champion. Blackpool Combat Club tag champs. Brian Cage just beat Matt Jackson for the All Atlantic Championship, so I need to remember that. The trios title is now Wardlow, Adam Page, and Joe. So Joe's a double champ. Jungle Boy beat Ray Phoenix on his first title defense, and Punk's still TNT champion. Survivor Series, just full of title matches. Selena's the 24/7, Roman's the US, New Day a Raw tag, Omos has just become WWE champion, Bianca's the Raw Women's, B-Fab and Bianca are the tag, Becky Lynch is the Women's on SmackDown, Gable is still the Universal, and in a random main event we had Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley beat Asuka and Alexa Bliss, but it did score a 93, so someone knows what he's doing on WWE TV. And they pulled in 50,000 viewers, so it looks like the generic pay-per-view networks on this game probably need a bit tweaking. They're not getting a lot of viewers. In real life it might be about 1 million, would be a guess. Ricky Starks renewal. Tyree Valkyrie leads NWA. Did Ace Austin make his debut? Didn't see him on main event. Oh, there he is. Ace Austin did debut on the main roster. He was on Raw. He lost to Humberto Carrillo. Miz and Karrion Kross beat Madcap Moss and Kevin Owens in the main event on Raw. Right, last Impact of November. We've got 3 weeks to build, but I might, you know what? Let's, I like a bit of a build. So, events. I'm going to push this to week 4. There we go. So now I've got a bit of time to build to my pay-per-view. Instead of having 2 weeks, I've got an extra couple. So yeah, let's carry on. Impact versus AEW. One more of November. Alright, from Colombia. Let's do it. So the show opens with Jericho. He's in the ring with Sammy Guevara, Tay Mello, and Adam Cole. They praise him for taking the fight to the Beast, and it's announced that Adam Cole will face Brock Lesnar one-on-one at the pay-per-view. This got 93. Cassie Lee picks up a singles victory over Zai Brookside. Nice freestyle match, 69. 6-woman tag, sorry. Nixon, Naya, and Hikaru Shida beat Layla Hirsch, Chris Statlander, and Kiera Hogan from AEW. So putting the Impact ladies over, 3.5 stars, 74. Kip Sabian cuts a promo saying he's always watching Shinsuke. So leading to a matchup between these two, 69%. Beer Guns defeat Angelo Parker and Matt Menard of the JAS, who had Anna Jay at ringside. This got 3 stars, 72. Following the match though, Jericho leads the entire JAS stable out Hager, Sammy, Parker, Menard, Garcia, and they completely beat down Beer Guns. This got 71. Jericho then tells Shelley and Storm, this is nothing personal, this is just friendly competition. Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter successfully retained the Knockouts Tag Team Championship when they beat Rosemary and Erica, 3.5 stars, 78%. The Hardys are back. Matt and Jeff thank Impact for having them, and now they want to give back to the fans, so tonight they will take on the House of Black, 79%. Big Guns match here. 4.5 star Miro defeats Jacob Fatu, 83%. Knockouts Championship, Flair defeats Donna Peruzio. This got a 5-star match, 88%. MJF is back. He trashes Impact again, but before he leaves, the lights flash and Windham's logo appears on the screen. Things then go back to normal, but MJF is clearly freaked out. This got 89 overall, so Windham's part got 91. So yeah, we're leading to MJF versus Windham. Mustafa Ali successfully retains the X Division Championship, this time over Matt Jackson. Nick Jackson was at ringside observing the match. 82 overall, 4-star classic. Main event, Buddy and Black defeat Matt and Jeff Hardy. The House of Black successfully win. Only a 3-star match, 77%. Following the match, Regal, Danielson, Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, the Blackpool Combat Club come out to ringside, and they Regal symbols that they want the Impact World title. And I got an 89. So the last Impact only got 79 overall, but we had a few low ratings. We had a 69 from Kip there, but I'm still happy with that. 79. Yeah, I've got high standards. Obviously, I want to get in the 90s or the high 80s, but yeah, still good. Still good. And I'm enjoying my booking at the moment. It makes it quick when you enjoy and you know what you're doing. Good amount of money made. So I need to remember 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 400, because we're going to get towards the end of the month, and it'd be good to see if we're actually making money. So Eric Rick Boogs, that's interesting. Tanahashi has officially left New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I'm going to have a look at that. Tanahashi. He might be retired. Oh no, he's still going. That might be why though. Leg condition 21. So, which means he's probably going to retire soon. That's normally what it means. Dynamite had CM Punk defeat Brian Cage and Lee Moriarty. He retained the Impact TNT title for AEW. Alright, end of the month checks. Some contract renewals over here. Well, we made a loss, it looked like. Dipped a bit. Which is still good though, because shows you the difference between the game update. Look at that. Made money. Look at that for a year, I suppose. Boom, 30 mil. So where did we lose the money? Here, 7 million in production. So I might have to think about dropping my production costs. But, you know, when you're, how much we got in the bank? 160 million. So basically, because we're paying for this and pyro, state of the art, probably should be more in the middle, I would imagine. We should probably be about here. And here. But hey, it's just one of those things. Brock still the merch killer. Charlotte Flair, Windham, Malakai. Tessa's doing quite well. Nixon, Shinsuke. So, see how our rankings are doing. Win-loss ranking. Mustafa has now jumped to number 1. Followed by Rich Swann, Sammy Callahan. Nixon's still there. Brock's up there. She's done quite well. Maya Yaki. I can never pronounce some of the surnames. So apologies if I say it wrong. Overall, Nixon Newell's number 1. And the men's, it's Sammy Callahan. So yeah, looking good. And that, my friends, will be the end of this episode. Please let me know if you're enjoying the change of direction. If you're enjoying the fact that we are having a Impact versus AEW invasion. And yeah, as always, take care everyone.